Hello everyone, I'm very excited to be here at WWT Martin Mere in Lancashire today. I've heard lots about this fabulous nature reserve, so it's worth a visit as we're in the area. So we're going to check out a few of the hides. The first one is the Discovery Hide, very state-of-the-art hide, quite a massive hide, giving amazing views over the main mere. You can already see the sheer amount of birds on this lagoon. It's quite similar to Slimbridge or Welney, the ones I've been to in the past, meaning that you get very close views of basically almost every species of bird on view. So here we have a feeding black-tailed godwit and a black-tailed godwit, and just behind is a ruff. They were reported here on eBird, so I'm glad we can get amazing views of these. Just how close it is just spectacular. I did not expect them to be this close. So we have hooper swans here, by far the most numerous bird. There's hardly any mute swans on the lagoon, but it is winter and the numbers of hoopers are obviously much larger. We also have a bit of widgeon, some shelduck, mallard, pintail, pochard, teal, everything. So this is rather spectacular. The wildfowl count is exceedingly high today, but let's look at some birds closer. We have some pintail here, a pair, male followed by the female. You can really see how different they look. And then on this island we have lots of shelduck. There's shelduck all around the reserve today. It's amazing, probably the most I've ever seen, as well as other wildfowl. Pintail are pretty numerous as well here. So on this island we've got a couple of black-tailed godwits, some mallard, a cormorant and some hooper swan at the back. And then on the closer island a couple of ruff, some widgeon, black-tailed godwit and then a teal at the back. So this is one of the ruff closer up, and the lapwing are off and so are we, so we're going to check out the next hide. Lots of snowdrops all around the reserve. This is just one shot I got of them. So the next hide is the Rees Observatory. Looks over a different part of the same mere, and again close black-tailed godwit. Probably some of the best views I've ever got of them. I don't think I've ever seen them this close, and by close I mean like 50 meters away from the hide, so that's rather excellent. So there's quite a few around here, and as well as that we've got a solitary ruff as well. I believe this is a female and it's feeding. Next up we have lots of shelduck, very numerous, as well as pintail and widgeon and other wildfowl. And some closer views of lapwing mixed in with some black-headed gulls amongst others. We're going to check out the Rombarger hide, which is the last hide on this particular path. So we have some snipe. Unfortunately it's raining now, so it's going to have to stay in the hide until it's stopped. But the snipe are pretty active, coming out and about from the reeds. Apparently, 5 minutes before we got in this hide, a cattle egret was seen on the neighbouring field, but unfortunately that flew off. Shame. But we have got some excellent views of about 9 snipe in total. So this is a later return to the hide in the afternoon, when it's much sunnier. So we're going to have a look what's about. There's a pheasant. Nice views of a pheasant, a male pheasant. Always look fabulous. And as well as this, we also have some views of oystercatcher. Great to see these in February, the first ones of the year. And this is one of about 3 marsh harriers around the reserve. The only one I got the camera on, but it's fantastic to see them here. Very elegant birds. So we're going to check out the next hide. Is the Kear hide. Looks over a small pond with some feeders. It's quite a pain to film these passerines and try and get good photos of them when they're constantly flitting about. But here's some reed bunting. it's quite hard to film some of these, so relatively short films of each bird. But I'm surprised I managed to get some photos of them. But yeah, here we go. Some reed bunting and a blue tit. We've got some goldfinches on the feeders. This is actually a really good hide. It's really well set up for passerines and possibly a water rail if you're lucky enough to see that in the reeds. But yeah, here we go, some goldfinch. And here is a female chaffinch, very briefly. So we're going to go over to the Harrier Hide, which is a very interesting looking hide. It's quite amazing. So see what's from here on the top reed bed and pool. This is what it looks like, the big windows. So we've got some shelduck and mallard and a coot actually as well. Yes. So looking out further, we've got some Canada geese. The first Canada geese of the day. Unfortunately no pink-footed geese today, which is a bit of a shame because I know this is quite a good site for seeing them. We have got tufted duck. So we're going to head over to the last hide on this trail. It's not actually the last hide we're going to visit. There are a couple more, but nothing been sighted from there. So we're going to have a look at this. It's called the Rees Hide. See what's on view. So lots of teal, large numbers of teal, and it's also partly sunny now, so patches of sun and bits of cloud. And we have some hooper swans taking off in a field full of lapwing and widgeon. So there we go. So that's everything from the wild side of the reserve. So we're going to have a look at the bird aviary as we're here and we've got some time. There might be some interesting stuff on view. So we'll have a look. Okay, so this is a crane. You can see them in the UK. They are UK birds, but not as far north as this. This is in captive. And these are Buick swans. They are seen in the wild on the reserve, but earlier in the year. So we've got a ruddy shelduck here from Asia, and bar-headed geese also from Asia. Rather attractive looking birds. I've seen these before in the London parks such as St James and Hyde Park. But yeah, they're always really nice to see. And shelduck, these aren't captive, these are wild, but they're taking over the whole nature reserve. It's crazy. We've got some barnacle geese, another UK bird, ferruginous duck, there's about 12 of these, this is just one, and a mandarin duck. You can see these again wild in the UK as well as ferruginous duck. They're just not particularly common, the mallard being more common, but it's nice to see these as well. Hooded merganser, I've seen these before at Slimbridge. They look rather interesting, don't they, with their elongated heads. Yes, so this is the female here. And a black swan as well from Australia. So there's a weird or wonderful aviary here, and we actually have some Inca terns. These are from South America, and they look like they've got a very curly moustache. It's quite cool, and they're very loud, and they make a very weird sort of laughing noise as they're cool. We also have a spoonbill here, the Eurasian spoonbill. Again, you can see these in the UK. This is just in captive. And a southern screamer from South America. So there's lots of cool birds all around the aviary. There's more films of that I've got, but these are just some of the highlights. Some incredibly noisy red-breasted geese and an eider. So I've really enjoyed today. I hope you've enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you in the next nature trip.